Are you tired of feeling disconnected and alone even in the company of others? Do you yearn for deeper, more fulfilling relationships but struggle to find them? If so, you're not alone. In a world where we're more connected than ever before, true intimacy can still feel like an elusive goal. But what if there was a way to cultivate more meaningful connections with the people in our lives? That's where The Art of Intimacy by Thomas More comes in. In this video, I'll share some key insights from this powerful book that can help you build deeper connections and experience greater intimacy in all areas of your life. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore the art of intimacy together. Imagine feeling disconnected from the world and the people around you. You feel like something is missing, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You may feel lonely or disconnected even when you're with others. This is a common experience that many of us face at some point in our lives. But have you ever considered that the root of this disconnection could be a lack of intimacy in your relationships? Intimacy is not just about physical touch or sexual encounters. It's about connecting with another person on a deep emotional level. This is the central theme of Thomas More's book, The Art of Intimacy. In this book, More argues that many of us have lost touch with the art of intimacy, and this has led to a profound sense of disconnection and loneliness. More suggests that we often confuse intimacy with intensity. We mistake drama and passion for true intimacy. But true intimacy is about more than just physical attraction or shared interests. It requires vulnerability and honesty. It's about being open and authentic with one another, even when it's uncomfortable. Through stories and practical advice, More provides guidance on how to cultivate intimacy in our lives. He challenges us to rethink our ideas of what it means to be close to another person and to examine our own fears and insecurities that may be holding us back from true connection. The Art of Intimacy is not just a book for those struggling in their relationships. It's a guide for anyone looking to deepen their connections with the people around them. Whether it's with a romantic partner, family member, or friend, intimacy can enrich our lives in countless ways. By reading The Art of Intimacy, you'll learn how to identify the barriers that are preventing you from experiencing true connection and how to overcome them. You'll gain insight into the power of vulnerability and how to create a safe space for yourself and others to be open and honest. This book will help you develop the skills you need to cultivate meaningful relationships and bring more intimacy into your life. So if you're looking to deepen your connections with the people around you, if you want to experience more meaningful relationships, then The Art of Intimacy is the book for you. In The Art of Intimacy by Thomas More, the author offers valuable insights into how we can cultivate intimacy in our lives. Here are some tips from the book that you can apply to your everyday life. Practice self-awareness. One of the keys to intimacy is knowing yourself. More encourages us to explore our inner worlds, our dreams, and our desires. By understanding ourselves better, we can be more authentic in our relationships and create deeper connections. Be present. To cultivate intimacy, it's important to be fully present in the moment. More suggests that we let go of distractions and focus on what's happening right now. This means putting away our phones, turning off the TV, and really listening to the people we're with. Practice vulnerability. Intimacy requires vulnerability, and that can be scary. But More reminds us that vulnerability is also powerful. When we share our authentic selves with others, we create the space for them to do the same. This can lead to deeper connections and a greater sense of intimacy. Embrace the unknown. Intimacy is not always predictable, and that's okay. More suggests that we embrace the mystery and the unknown in our relationships. This means being open to new experiences and allowing ourselves to be surprised. By following these tips, you can begin to cultivate more intimacy in your life. Remember that it takes time and effort to build deep connections, but the rewards are well worth it. So, start by practicing self-awareness, being present, practicing vulnerability, and embracing the unknown. These simple actions can help you build stronger and more meaningful relationships with the people you care about. The book The Art of Intimacy is all about cultivating deep, meaningful connections with others. Moore argues that true intimacy involves vulnerability, honesty, and a willingness to truly see and be seen by others. He explores different aspects of intimacy, including sexuality, emotional intimacy, and spiritual intimacy. In the first chapter, Moore explains that intimacy is not just about sex, but about a deep sense of connection with others. He argues that true intimacy involves vulnerability, and that it is essential for our overall well-being. He encourages readers to cultivate a sense of inner peace and self-acceptance in order to be more open to intimacy with others. Intimacy is the experience of closeness and deep connection with another person. It is an essential aspect of our human experience, but it can be difficult to achieve in our fast-paced and often disconnected modern world. In his book The Art of Intimacy, Thomas Moore offers insights and practical advice for cultivating intimacy in our relationships. Moore emphasizes the importance of creating space for intimacy in our lives. This means setting aside time to be with loved ones, turning off distractions like phones and TV, and really focusing on connecting with the other person. He also stresses the importance of being present in the moment and fully engaged with the other person. Another key aspect of intimacy, according to Moore, is vulnerability. In order to truly connect with another person, we need to be willing to open up and share our true selves. This can be scary, as it involves the risk of rejection or judgment, but it is essential for deepening our connections with others. Moore also discusses the role of physical touch in intimacy. Touch is a powerful way of communicating love and affection, and it can be a key component of building intimacy in relationships. Whether it's holding hands, hugging, or cuddling, physical touch can help us feel more connected and bonded with our partners. To apply these principles of intimacy in our lives, we need to be intentional about making space for connection, vulnerability, and physical touch in our relationships. This might mean setting aside time each day to talk with a partner or loved one, being open and honest about our thoughts and feelings, or making a conscious effort to touch and be touched by others. For example, a couple might decide to have a regular date night where they turn off their phones and spend focused time together, or a group of friends might make a point to hug or give high fives to each other whenever they see each other. These small gestures can go a long way in cultivating intimacy and deepening our connections with others. The Art of Intimacy offers valuable insights and practical advice for anyone seeking to build deeper, more meaningful relationships in their lives. By creating space for connection, embracing vulnerability, and valuing physical touch, we can cultivate the intimacy we crave and experience the joy and fulfillment that comes with truly knowing and being known by others. In the second chapter, Moore discusses the importance of emotional intimacy. He encourages readers to be honest with themselves and with their partners about their feelings, and to communicate openly and authentically. He also explores the concept of shadow work, which involves acknowledging and working through our own emotional baggage in order to have healthier, more fulfilling relationships. In the third chapter, Moore explores the topic of sexual intimacy. He argues that sex is an important part of intimacy, but that it is often misunderstood and undervalued in our culture. He encourages readers to approach sex with a sense of reverence and respect, and to prioritize pleasure and connection over performance. In the final chapter, Moore discusses spiritual intimacy. He argues that a sense of connection with something greater than ourselves can be deeply fulfilling and can enhance our other relationships. He encourages readers to cultivate a sense of awe and wonder in their lives, and to connect with nature, art, or other sources of inspiration. Spiritual intimacy is an essential component of any healthy relationship. It goes beyond physical and emotional connection and involves sharing one's spiritual beliefs, values, and practices with their partner. In essence, it is about nurturing a deep connection with your partner that transcends the physical realm and taps into something greater than ourselves. To cultivate spiritual intimacy, it's important to engage in activities that foster spiritual growth, such as meditating, praying, or attending religious services together. You can also have meaningful conversations about your beliefs, values, and experiences, and support each other in pursuing spiritual growth. One example of cultivating spiritual intimacy is setting aside time to meditate together. This can be a deeply calming and grounding experience, and can help you feel more connected to your partner and the world around you. Another example is sharing a spiritual practice such as yoga, which can create a sense of shared purpose and deepen your sense of connection. In addition to engaging in spiritual activities, it's important to practice openness, acceptance, and non-judgment towards your partner's beliefs and practices. This can help create a safe and supportive space for both of you to explore your spiritual selves. Spiritual intimacy is an essential component of a healthy and fulfilling relationship. By engaging in activities that foster spiritual growth, having meaningful conversations about your beliefs, and practicing openness and acceptance towards your partner, you can cultivate a deep and meaningful spiritual connection that will enhance your relationship in countless ways. Overall, the art of intimacy is a powerful guide to developing deeper, more meaningful connections with others. By cultivating vulnerability, honesty, and a sense of inner peace, readers can enhance their emotional, sexual, and spiritual lives. Let's say you struggle with expressing your emotions to your partner. By reading and applying the concepts in The Art of Intimacy, you may become more comfortable with sharing your feelings, allowing you and your partner to develop a deeper emotional connection. Alternatively, if you tend to prioritize performance over pleasure in your sexual relationships, you may benefit from the book's emphasis on connection and reverence during intimate moments. Ultimately, the lessons in The Art of Intimacy can be applied to a wide range of relationships and can help readers to cultivate deeper connections with others. And that's a wrap. We've come to the end of our discussion on The Art of Intimacy by Thomas More. Remember, true intimacy involves a deep connection with oneself and others, and it requires effort and commitment to cultivate. By practicing self-reflection, embracing vulnerability, and nurturing our relationships, we can all experience more meaningful and fulfilling connections in our lives. So let's take these lessons to heart and continue to work towards greater intimacy in all aspects of our lives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.